Hi kids, it's Mrs. Fravel. How are you? Welcome to the first day of the Mammals unit. I'm going to run through this PowerPoint just like I would in class, only I promise I will keep it shorter than I would in class. But just like in class, look you guys, I brought a prop example animal. This is my mammal. This is one of my mammals. This is Daisy. She loves me. She does not love being on camera. Like she doesn't love my nose. There we go. So Daisy's going to help me out a little bit, okay? For a minute until she decides she's tired of being here. Okay, let's get on with it. Class Mammalia, phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata. Here we go. Okay, Daisy, you have to stop. Okay, mammals. What's a mammal? First of all, let's talk a little bit about how awesome they are and how diverse. Mammals are represented by 5,000 species currently, modern mammals, and that might not even be all of them. We still are discovering especially small mammals all the time, especially in forests as we are able to explore a little bit better. The smallest mammals include things like the Kitti's hog-nosed bat. They weigh less than 1.5 grams. That's tiny. That's like a couple of M&Ms. Up to the giant blue whale, which is the largest animal to ever live on the planet, larger than any dinosaur. They're amazing. Where did mammals come from? So mammals have been around actually for a long time. They coincided or they co-lived with dinosaurs, with non-avian dinosaurs. Way back in the Triassic and Permian world, which was a few 100 million years ago. They came from a group of dinosaurs originally called the cynodonts, and these guys had different skulls. They were a little warm-blooded. I will link a video on Canvas if you are curious about what they look like and how they evolved. Cynodonts lived out through the Mesozoic and Jurassic period, and one branch of the cynodonts were called the therians, and they were tiny little burrowing dinosaurs that were warm-blooded, furry. They were pretty much mammals. And then once the non-avian dinosaurs went extinct after the asteroid hit, that group exploded because the dinosaurs were gone. All the predators were gone, except for giant birds. So mammals really were able to evolutionarily take advantage of all of that empty niche and empty ecosystems. And just because of how they are built, they were able to diversify, and here's why. So the characteristics of mammals, there goes Daisy. The characteristics of mammals include a body covered in hair. They are endothermic, and that becomes really important when you are talking about invading new ecosystems. Mammals have a really high metabolism. We are really warm. That allows us to be really active all the time, but we also eat a lot. Again, another hallmark of mammals, of course, is that they produce milk from mammary glands to feed their young, and we will talk a little bit more about that. Mammals have a 4-chambered heart. They have 3 inner ear bones. If you find a skull and it's got inner ear bones, yeah, it's a mammal. And 4 different types of teeth, and that goes along with the endothermy and the hair that allowed mammals to really diversify and exploit every niche and every type of food available. We're so adaptable as animals. And then here's a video, what is a mammal? I'll link that with this back on the Canvas page, so you can go watch that. There will be a quiz at the end of the week on what is presented in this presentation, and the videos are included in that. Okay. All right, so mammalian skin and hair is a little bit different from the rest of the animal kingdom. Our skin is thin, but it is busy. Skin's full of all kinds of vessels, blood vessels, lymph vessels. We have a lot of glands. Oh God, we're thick with glands, oil glands, all kinds of stuff. And nerves, lots of nerves. We have very sensitive skin. And then of course we have the hair that is unlike anything else in the animal kingdom. Under that is a coat of, or a layer of fat to insulate the body. And then of course these hairs are what makes us mammals. And those hairs are just made of keratinized dead skin cells. That's all. They originate in a hair follicle down here. And what is going on at this root is cells are dying and then compressing together and pushing up. So as those keratinized cells die, they become a hair. Okay? And they push up and grow. Keratin is just a protein. If you feel your fingernails, feel your hair, that's keratin. That's all it is, a flexible protein. Okay? Hairs just insulate, camouflage, protect the skin. Okay. So what? So hair in mammals that are covered in hair, that's called a coat. The fancy word for a coat is the pelage, and that comes in 3 layers or 3 kinds of hair. So we start close to the skin. We have this dense woolly undercoat. Humans don't have that. We lost that. We didn't need it. We functioned better without it where we originally evolved. And then we have what is not shown in this picture. We have what's called awns. Those are the medium hairs, and those protect the undercoat, and they protect and guard the guard hairs. The guard hairs are kind of the longer, more little thicker hairs. They're kind of more bristly. The awns are what you can actually see on an animal's coat when you look at them. It's their stripes and spots. When you're petting your cat, you can probably feel that. If you have an animal that sheds, you can think their undercoat, that's the woolly part under here. Okay? So that's animal coat. And then there are, of course, specialized hairs. Let me get out of the way, I hope. I don't know if this thing moves with it when I tell it to move. I hope it does. Specialized hairs that have evolved and adapted in the animal kingdom include quills, porcupine quills that will poke and very, very much hurt. Those are just big hollow hairs. Bristles, if you've ever petted a pig and their hairs are very, very coarse, those are technically bristles. Same with a lion's mane. Lions aren't pleasant to pet for many reasons. And then we have these specialized hairs called vibrissae, and those are actually innervated at the base. So they have really sensitive nerves at the base, and they are considered to be sensory organs. So they can feel tactily around them. And then this little guy, oh, holy cow. This is a pangolin. If you don't know what a pangolin is, you gotta look them up. You guys, they're just the cutest dang things, and they're in trouble right now. But in terms of hair, they don't have hair. They have scales. They are the only truly scaled mammal, but those scales are made from hair. They're crazy. Oh my God, they're adorable. Okay. Other things coming out of mammalian skin include hair and antlers. What's the difference? Horns and antlers. What's the difference? Horns are like fingernails with a bone in the middle of them. It's keratinized epidermis, like your fingernails. That's all those are. Claws and horns are just keratinized. Horns generally are on both males and females, and they grow continuously throughout the lifetime of the animal. They don't fall off. Antlers are just bone. For a brief time in a deer's life, when they first grow their antlers, which they do every year, they are covered with skin while they grow, but then that skin, that velvet, will be shed, and what they are left with is just bone growing out of their face. And only usually males have them unless you are a caribou. Those are for protection and showing off, because that's what boy deers do. Mammalian skin is full of glands. We have sweat glands to keep us cool. We have scent glands that make us stinky. We have sebaceous glands that make us oily. And we have mammary glands. And those are the special important glands that provide and produce milk for offspring. Mammals invest a lot in their offspring. Birds do as well. But mammals, right from our bodies, we are feeding our young and making sure that they have what they need to grow and survive. Okay? So what do we eat? How do we eat? Mammals eat everything. Mammals have 4 different types of teeth available. Not all mammals have all styles of teeth, but there are 4 different kinds of mammalian teeth, and it depends on what they eat. That tooth style, or what's called dentition, reflects what they eat. And so we have these different styles of teeth evolve depending on what an animal eats, okay? And you can go back through these and read about them when I'm done. I don't want to take up too much time. Okay, mammals rule. I'm telling you, you guys, it's the best. We're the best. This is the time of the mammals on the planet. It used to be the dinosaurs, until about 60 million years ago. And in the last 60 million years, this huge explosion of diversification has happened in the mammalian class. The majority of apex predators now in every food web, it's probably a mammal, unless you're a shark or a crocodile. The hoofed mammals, there's also hawks, of course, but most apex predators are mammals. Hoofed mammals, holy cow. I don't know if you've ever seen a herd of wildebeest, but they're crazy. And if you ever heard the stories from the Old West when American bison were still indigenous before humans almost hunted them to extinction, the herds go on for days. And of course, there is now one group of mammals that has evolved to actually engineer the planet, engineer its own environment. And that's us. We are a mammal. We have taken all of the things that make a mammal to the extreme. The large brains, the skin, the variability in teeth, the variability in skeletal diversification as well. Mammals are pretty crazy. We are the end product of that. We're not the best. That's not how evolution works. But boy howdy, we're something when it comes to being a mammal. Okay, I think that's it. Any questions? Here's your assignment. Okay, so this week, I'm going to see if I can pop out of here so I'm not in the way. I don't know if that made me disappear. If you have watched this, you've done one thing. Okay, so now you want to go back to Canvas, and on the modules, you should have the mammals R and Q. Read the article, take the quiz at the top of the article page, and then answer the questions on the Canvas assignment. There will also be a quiz on this PowerPoint and maybe 1 or 2 videos that I post with it. That will post on Friday, so don't go looking for it right now. Don't panic. I'm going to post that Friday. Okay, and then you can start working on your class Mammalia Prezi, the first part of it. On your Prezi, you're going to go back to doing the good old-fashioned one that we did before. So within your Prezi project, within phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata, you should have a section for class Mammalia. We're going to do 3, I believe, 2 or 3 mammalian Prezi. So this is just the first one. So of course you want to make the distinguishing characteristics of the class Mammalia that was back at the beginning of this presentation. And then for your highlighted species, find a weirdo. Find a weirdo for me. Just Google weird mammals. Okay? Or any mammal that you want to, I guess that's fine. If you have a mammal that is special to you, close to your heart, do that one. Okay. I think that's it. Okay. Go do the assignments, and Friday the quiz will post, and I will talk to you soon. Keep an eye on the homepage. Okay, guys, have a great day.